Thank you for being here with us in the studio.
Thank you.
Musab, your book is titled, as we said, Son of Hamas. Your father is Sheikh Hassan Youssef, a founder of Hamas. In the book, though, you said that you collaborated with Shin Bet, the Israeli intelligence agency. How did that happen? Why did that happen?
That happened when they offered me to work for them when I was arrested in 1996. And I accepted their offer. My goal was to be a double agent and attack them from inside.
So you started off saying that this is the enemy, they've arrested me, they're against the Palestinians, I'm going to attack them by pretending to work for them.
Yes.
But then you turned and you did start to work for them. That's what you say?
Yes.
How? Why?
After I was tortured by the Shin Bet themselves, who became my friends later on, I was transferred to prison, and Hamas leaders were torturing Hamas members.
So you're in jail, and you're seeing things in jail that turn you off Hamas, your people.
Yes, so I became confused about that, about who's really my enemy, and everybody is torturing everybody. Now, when I was released from jail, I decided I don't want to work for Shin Bet, I don't want to work for Hamas either. But I wanted to finish my promise to the Shin Bet respectfully. So I accepted to meet them, and I was surprised with the first rules that they gave me.
What did you promise them?
I promised to work for them. They didn't know that I wanted to be a double agent. So I didn't want just to turn my back. I wanted to meet them at least for once or a couple of times and say, I'm sorry, I cannot work for you.
And what did you want to do for them?
I was asked to collect information about suicide bombers and terrorists.
Were you doing this for money?
My goal wasn't to do it for money. It was to do it for my people, to attack Shin Bet, my enemies, who tortured me, who arrested my father, who killed our people. So, of course, it wasn't for money.
But the question is, you sound confused. You say that you wanted to be a double agent, you wanted to attack Shin Bet. That's why you were pretending to work for them, but then you decided really to work for them. That's what you say in your book.
Yes.
Why? What was your agenda?
Later on, I became a Christian during that time, the first few months, and I was convinced by the principle of loving your enemies. And I saw that my enemy, who I thought that they were my enemies, they had moralities, they had responsibilities more than my own people.
So you're saying that you found that the Israeli intelligence agency had more morality than your own people, than your own Palestinians. That's what you say?
Yes, I did. And it was a moral issue for me. My people don't understand this because they didn't have the same experience. At least the Shin Bet is an organization that committed to the Constitution. They have their own rules, and they respect the rules. Yes, there are mistakes, and they are responsible for killing civilians. And I admit that. And I'm witnessing for things like this, but this doesn't make them thirsty to kill Palestinians. Now, what Hamas is having something absolutely different. Hamas targets civilians. It's their goal to target civilians. And there is a difference if you're targeting a terrorist and there is civilian casualties.
Let's talk a little bit about you when you were a child in the West Bank growing up. The first Intifada happened in 1987. How old were you then?
I was 9 years old.
How did you take part in that? Were you one of the small children who threw rocks at Israeli soldiers?
The model for every Palestinian child is a mujahid or a fida'i or a fighter. So, of course, I wanted to be one at that point of my life. It's not my only dream. It's every child dream in that territory.
So what were you doing there during the first Intifada?
We participated in throwing stones even when I was a child. I was arrested when I was 10 years old. I was beaten by settlers and kidnapped, in fact, for throwing stones on settlers.